Hi everyone and welcome back to my Paramotor to PeaBee series, episode 6, part 2. And Jim is really starting to ramp up the engine failures in this second video. When I started editing it and put it all together, it just seems like they're coming from left, right and centre. I'd like to give a quick mention to a chap called Andy Fell who contacted me via social media and we started discussing where the aiming point was. Now Jim and I actually talked about this off camera and the aiming point we're using is actually the middle of the field. Not the closest part, because if you come up short you're going to clip the hedge, and if it's too far up the field you could end up running out of runway. So in all the landings, I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm actually using the centre of each field as my reference point. I've got two questions for this video. The first one is, how many PFLs does Jim actually give me? Because it really feels like they're coming from left, right and centre. And the second question is, who said fly as far through the crash as possible? Well, Jim uses the phrase fly as far into the crash as possible. But he does give the answer of who said that, to see if you can work it out before he gives the answer in the video. So let's rejoin it just as I'm landing off the last video.
Go away?
Yeah, away you go, just keep an eye on that parachute.
Yeah, got him in
full
sight.
Power, full power.
Going to the right of the parachutist.
Oh, that's right. Wow, 3 nice ones on the trot. What's going on?
You taught me. Any complaints?
I reckon it's so practice with your broomstick.
You took the mickey of my broom handle. And it's less gusty today.
It is pretty nice, isn't it?
Right, it's left now, isn't it? Yeah.
Go pop out, let's make it a PFL on the climber. Okay, your engine's quit, bar in, turn left.
I'm going.
So there's 2 really nice ones there, so you've got a choice about which one you go in.
I'm going for that green one over there.
Okay. But keep your speed at 60 to 65, and then if you need to get rid of height, then you can S-turn. Make sure you don't build speed in the turn. I'd turn in now. I'd turn in now. Definitely turn in now. Yeah, that's no worries. You're definitely in there. There's no question of it.
Okay, go around.
Yeah, just go a little bit lower.
Keeping that speed at 65.
Yeah, okay, climb away now.
Okay, climbing away.
Beautiful. See, you got time, haven't you? It's not that much of a rush.
The speed control, I feel, is quite essential because you can either make yourself harder by having too much speed, turning right to 1 degree, join the circuit, or, and the thing in my back of my mind was, I think it was lesson 2 where you showed me the demonstration of roll control. Being slow is just not favourable.
No, but on the other hand, being too fast is no good. A lot of people in these model machines, they end up too high, so they pull the bar in to get rid of the height. Now you're doing 80 mile an hour across the field.
And not coming down.
Well, you ain't going to land the thing at 80 mile an hour, and you're certainly going to run out of field, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, so your engine's quit. Pitch for 65, 60,
going left,
65,
going to that
there
field
it is.
over there.
Okay, so that's obviously a little high for that one, so you're probably going to do some S-turns when you get nearer. Don't do them now.
Yeah.
Do the S-turns when you get a bit nearer.
65. I'm going to keep drifting right, so I haven't got too much of an aggressive turn to come back on myself.
And you may want to go across the field a little to give you a little bit more space.
I'll go that corner to that corner.
Yeah. Aim
65.
Don't come in over the trees, go through one of the gaps if you can.
Yeah, I was going for that.
Just in case it all goes wrong.
65. Just going to extend away slightly because I'm still quite high.
Yeah, this last turn you're going to lose a lot of height in this turn, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
I would get in there.
Yeah.
Putting the power on?
Yeah, well, straighten up there, just go a little bit lower. There's no buildings here.
I've got 65. Yes, I'd make that, even with that hedge.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, climb away. Very good. So now, pick your route now. Because if the engine quits now, you're going to need somewhere to go.
I'm going to go right.
It's just common sense when you're low level, climbing out, make sure that you've got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And preferably do it into wind if you can, but if you can't, then you can't.
I'm just doing a cruise turn.
climb into wind because you get a better climb rate. How many times have you heard that?
It doesn't make any difference, does it?
No, it's nonsense, isn't it?
It's
the angle of climb.
relative to the ground, it is, yes. I was like, no, makes no sense whatsoever.
You can talk to pretty experienced people. They'll tell you to always climb out into wind because you get a better climb rate. Well, Papa Alpha's rejoining downwind, right hand to full. Technically we're rejoining, you see, because we're quite wide.
Yeah. So from here, that lovely brown field there, yep. both of them. There's nothing much to my right.
Yeah, they're all pretty decent along here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait until you haven't got a field picked out and then I'll give you another one.
Say again?
I'll wait until you haven't got a field picked out and then I'll give you another one.
Sorry. I'm just looking and looking.
But the other thing people do is if you give them an engine failure, they always pick a field that they can see in front of them, forgetting that they've just flown over a huge field and it's slightly behind you now.
Well, that's the brown one I was going to go for.
So if you're low level and if you can remember what you've just flown over, it would be handy.
Yeah.
The classic on a flight test is to give someone an engine failure just after they've flown over a disused airfield, and they pick someone's back garden in front of them somewhere.
Well, what about the big tarmac behind you?
Exactly, yeah. Alpha downwind right to full.
It's the one underneath me right now. I would probably loop, do a procedure sort of type turn and come back on myself.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward if you're right over it, isn't it? Because you've got to do a sort of teardrop approach.
Yeah. I have my 3 Fs now. Forward, flow, flyby.
Oh yeah, well it's working.
I'm practicing with the broom handle.
There was 3 totally unassisted landing. You'll see that my hands weren't even on the controls.
Okay. From here it's those fields there, and it's almost like chucking yourself along the where can I go, because I ain't making that.
When you come back with your paramotor, do you switch the motor off and just sort of glide in sometimes?
The last 20 feet.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that if you do have something that goes wrong, you fall, and you do face button and jam the throttle.
Oh, I see, yeah.
It's not then going to go full power and punch you into the ground.
Yeah, good.
It's one less thing to think about. You've got a left string and a right string and your feet. That's it. I personally don't do power. I don't do power on landings. The risk is too high for breaking something.
Okay.
Turning final. If the engine quits now, it's going to be that field straight in front of us.
Yeah, you're not going to reach the runway, are you?
No. Too tight. Come back. And I'm still high.
Good, Papa Alpha finals are full.
From here on in, I would just land wherever it is in front of me.
Look at the spot you want to land on, not that hedge.
Giggling.
You the man.
Go again.
Where you go?
Okay, bar neutral, taking off.
Oh, hello.
That's me, sorry.
Changing gear again, will you?
No, trying to stray straight.
Alpha, make a PFL on the climb out. Okay, chop the power, bar in, turn left.
And we're going for the sheet. And keep the speed. 65. We will
climb away, turn right, just to avoid the sheet. There you go. Lovely.
Keep an eye on the speed. And where will I go now? It's going to be over there to the right of the mast.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be times where there isn't somewhere perfect to land.
Yeah.
You've just got to make the most of it. Get it on the ground and then crash, I think, is the best option.
Yeah, no one departing, I'm going to cross the centre line.
Yeah, that's right. Remember what Bob Hoover said? He said, fly as far into the crash as you can. Never give up, never stop flying the airplane.
What was that? Fly as far into the crash as you can.
Fly as far into the crash as you can. Because you've still got options. If you're flying the plane, even though you're crashing, you've still got options.
Yeah. I'm not trying to fly myself to a spot if I need it, but it's just, of the options, I'll go there.
Well, if you're flying out of a private field, you should definitely do that. Fly somewhere where the options are best.
Yeah.
Rather than fly a rigid circuit like you do at a busy airfield like this.
Okay, turning downwind.
Okay, have an engine failure there, chop the power. Papa Alpha's making a PFL on the downwind leg.
Got loads of space, I'm going to extend and go for this long narrow one here.
Yep. Yeah, so you've got 1,000 foot a minute rate of descent. It's absolutely horrendous when you're turning these things. That's alright, that's good.
Speed's still 65. I'm going to do a nice turn now, because I'm going to lose more height.
That's fine, climb way there, just to avoid scaring the sheep.
I'm going to go left to climb?
Just straight ahead for a minute.
Straight ahead, okay.
Yeah, you're definitely in there, no problem at all. And we'll swing gently right, I think, this time.
Okay, turning to the right, clear to the right. Speed's good.
Papa Alpha's repositioning downwind 04 right.
Yeah, it was a little bit tight. I probably could have drifted right to come back in, but I would have made it.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt about it.
One on the main.
Papa Alpha downwind right 04. Okay, this time we're going to approach for the runway really high.
Okay.
We're going to chop the power. We're going to do a glide approach using S turns to get rid of the height.
Okay, so maintain the 800 feet.
Yeah, maintain the 800 feet.
Okay, I'm going to turn base now.
So this isn't something you normally do, but it's just to give you...
And we are landing off it.
We are going to land off it,
okay,
because it's going to be a pretend practice force landing.
Okay. I'm just confirming, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's training and all that.
So if you're going to do sharp S turns, do them high.
Okay.
And so that you've just got gentle S turns to do when you, rather than the other way around. You don't want to be doing really tight turns low to the ground, obviously.
Okay, on to final. I dropped 100 feet there, sorry.
That's alright. That's nice. Okay, chop your power there.
Okay, keeping 65.
Yeah, start your S turns. Papa Alpha finals are full. Yeah, go on, hard right. Now hard left, hard left, hard left. They feel it fall out of the sky. Good, hard left, good, yeah. Hard right.
Now we can get in, yeah.
Easy peasy. Good, hard right. Hard left. Straighten up, there you go. Good, gonna land off this one, so it's a glide approach while landing.
Okay.
So you can see the approach is much steeper than before, obviously.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Away you go when you're ready.
Okay, feet back on the throttle. Oops, sorry.
Hey, hey, hey.
Neutral. Yeah, it's a much steeper approach, isn't it?
Yes.
And the speed drops off considerably quickly when you round out.
Yeah, so that's why you've got to make it a fairly late round out. If you start flaring too early, you lose all your speed. What we'll do is we'll carry on climbing.
Okay.
And we'll turn back into the overhead and we'll do a PFL onto the runway.
Okay.
There's no one around now, so it'll be a good time to do it.
So how high?
Got about 1500.
Okay. So like an overhead join type thing?
Yeah, just go straight overhead to field. There's no one around.
Okay.
So we've got the airfield to ourselves. Let's climb and turn right at the same time.
Okay. We'll get inside the village then.
Yeah. Got Papa Alpha's climbing overhead the field for a PFL.
Coming up on 1500.
Got Papa Alpha's in the overhead for a PFL, runway 04. Okay, so we'll chop the power there. And you're going to join downwind for 04 there.
Okay. Regaining 65.
Just to make it more interesting.
Okay, you've cut the engine. Proper engine off.
descends a bit quicker with the engine off.
Yeah, I was chatting with a friend about that recently.
Radio, this is Golf.
Keeping 65.
Good, so that's as far as you ever want to be away from your field. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to cut in, I'm just saying you don't want to be on the downwind leg, you don't want to be any further than that.
Golf Alpha Tango, Dumpster Radio, runway 04 right hand circuit, QFB 984 hectopascal.
The circuit's clear, you don't need to worry about it.
984.
Okay, so you don't want to turn in too much yet, you're a bit high. You're too high.
I felt like I was descending.
Yeah, I know.
Drifting away again. I'm going to get in from here. I'm going to turn final now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Steep turn.
Yeah, there's no rush. Take it easy.
65 on the speed.
Beautiful. About for final to fall.
Too high. Too high. Going to run out of speed. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, come on, give me a break.
Brilliant. Okay, you can restart the engine.
Okay, restarting.
That's it. And we'll take the next exit on the left.
Next exit on the left. Shit. I knew, it was like, shit. The speed dropped, I pulled in.
No, that's alright. It was a bit of a flopper, but it was alright, wasn't it? We lived.
But I knew what I'd done though. Yeah. Okay. Vacating. A bit of a flopper.
Bit of a flopper. Bit of a flopper, boy.
Oh, I've still got that stupid grin.
Lovely landings, weren't they? Well, apart from the last one. That was like one of mine, that last one.
So this video brings to a close the engine failures within the circuit, and also I think my landings are coming on quite well, despite the last one, but Jim did turn the engine off and it kind of really did focus my mind and take me back to my glider days, where you only get one chance, there is no chance to go around. So who would realise it was Bob Hoover that had said the line, "fly as far through the crash as possible"? I certainly didn't until Jim mentioned it during the flight. If anyone's got any links or interesting facts about Bob Hoover, please put them in the comments. Jim certainly hasn't finished with engine failures yet, as in the next video he takes me out of circuit and starts dealing with engine failures in normal flight and sees how I cope with them. So until the next time everybody, fly safe.